not going to be a quiet Saturday afternoon here in Miami. These are two of the most vocal players in the game on the court. But let's start with Maria Sharapova. She can take a big step forward today in her comeback after 2 years battling shoulder issues.
It's true. She's been making a lot of noise on the court lately, and this is the first time she's back in the top 10 in almost 2 years. If you look at the majors she's won, it only underscores what a terrific fast court player she is, winning Wimbledon at only 17, then the U.S. Open a couple of years later, the Australian Open as well. Then she had shoulder problems. She needed surgery. She's been fiddling with her serve for the last couple of years. She's been struggling with it this week, but she has been fighting so well. You can never count out Sharapova.
Meanwhile, Victoria Azarenka has won this title here in Miami before. She's playing with a lot of confidence. She's a big-time talent, and a lot of people believe this may be a breakthrough year for her.
Her biggest breakthrough was when she was only 19 years old a couple of years ago here. She got to the final to play Serena Williams. Serena, a 5-time champion here. And Azarenka played so big and so bold and took her out in straight sets. And just looking at her reaction, that's how a lot of us felt. Who is this kid? She, too, has been sort of up and down, but already this week she had a big win over Kim Clijsters in the quarterfinals, easily taking her out. And then against Zvonareva, the finalist from last year's U.S. Open and Wimbledon, she handled her as well. She's actually playing better than Maria, but we'll see who can really step it up when it counts.
And if you know these two players, you know it might get loud as we're set for the women's championship of the Sony Ericsson Open. When we come back, Maria Sharapova against Victoria Azarenka from Miami here on CBS.
CBS Sports Spectacular presents the Sony Ericsson Open, sponsored by Xperia Play, the smartphone with everything you need and the one thing you want from Sony Ericsson. Lince Lindor Truffles. And by Rolex, a crown for every achievement.
We're back at the Sony Ericsson Open, where we're getting ready for the women's championship. It's another beautiful day in South Florida. Temperatures in the 80s, a light breeze. They put on quite a show here in Key Biscayne already. We've seen the 150-member Blanche Ely Marching Band. And Lizette Gonzalez of our local CBS affiliate performed the national anthem.
Or the land of the free and the home of thy.
There was a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter flyover, and we heard from Bert Nordberg of Sony Ericsson about the importance of this event.
There is something special in Miami, the way the crowd engaged themselves in the game and the matches. It is actually a very good platform for a company who's global, making business in 150 countries. Tennis is a global sport. Very few sports are global. So we are excited. We are very satisfied with the 5 years we've been on to this journey.
It's great to have Sony Ericsson as our hosts over these 10 days here in South Florida as the players are warming up now. 21-year-old Victoria Azarenka from Minsk. This is the court where she won, as Mary said, the biggest title of her career. And she won the Sony Ericsson in 2009, beating Serena in the final. Currently ranked number 8 in the world, but she'll move up to number 7 by virtue of getting to the final here in Miami. If she wins, she will equal her career high of number 6, and had to go 3 sets in her first 3 matches, but then Mary, straight sets against some very tough opponents.
No kidding. The number 2 and 3 players in the world, Clijsters and Zvonareva. Azarenka carried a groin injury into the beginning of this tournament from Indian Wells, and boy, she's just played better and better.
Maria Sharapova, now 23 years old, currently ranked 13, trying to win her first title here in Miami, a 2-time finalist. She lost to Kim Clijsters in 05, and then the following year to Svetlana Kuznetsova. First time playing here in Miami since 2007.
Maria had an easy time of it in the beginning of the week, beating a couple of wild cards, and then the number 4 seed, Sam Stosur. Then that crazy match against Alexandru Dolgheru of Romania. That thing went 3 hours and 28 minutes. She had 17 double faults, 86 errors in all, and still won. And then she took it out Andrea Petkovic of Germany. And Petkovic has had 2 big top 10 wins this week. She's in the top 20 for the first time. We're crazy about Petkovic. It's great to have her around.
These two played last year at Stanford. Victoria won at 6-4 and 6-1 overall. They've played 4 times, and they come in today tied at 2 apiece.
I called that match with Mary Jo Fernandez the last time those two played last summer. It was the loudest match of all time. I mean, I don't have the scientific, data to support that, but I'm pretty sure Mary Jo will back me up on that. They both exert so much energy and so much noise with virtually every ball they strike. And right away, we're going to see the measure of this match, because Azarenka has a very fine return game, as does her opponent. And Sharapova's serve is not yet under control. Maybe the key to this whole match will be first serve percentage, because Sharapova will take as big a swing on a second serve as Azarenka will.
Two players with great baseline games, both great returners. And both with something to prove today. Maria will return to the top 10 regardless of the outcome of this match. When the new rankings come out on Monday, she'll be number 9 in the world. Bit of a breeze today.
And she's throwing the ball up into the sun.
Double fault, and that is a statistic worth watching.
Well, against Andrea Petkovic in the last round, she had brought it down to 8 double faults. But as I mentioned, that match in the quarters against Dolgero, 17 of them.
Thomas Hogstad, who's Maria's coach, looking on. She did not play a singles match from August 2008 to May of 2009. Had shoulder surgery and a ranking dropped all the way down to 124 before she came back and closed out 2009 at number 14. .40-30. So deuce, opening service game for Maria Sharapova, winner of 3 Grand Slams in 04 at Wimbledon. She beat Serena 06 at the US Open, defeated Justine Henin, and most recently in 2008 against Ana Ivanovic. 23 titles overall.
Wow.
And the winner gives Azarenka first break point of the match.
Wasn't a terrible serve either. Came at her 106.
Aggressive shot from a defensive position for Sharapova. to get it back to deuce.
She did some nice footwork at the very end of that rally. Just before she struck the ball, made some nice moves to give herself more control for all that power.
Just wide. Another break point. Deuce number 3. Floats long. So a game point for Sharapova. Tough opening service game for the 3-time Grand Slam champion.
She's had a double fault and 3 unforced errors after that, and she's still trying to win this game. As happens with Maria sometimes, she battles better than she plays. They're both good fighters, but in the last couple of years, Azarenka has been fighting herself a little too much, and she's really tried hard to change her attitude. She gets down on herself. That's something Sharapova never does, no matter how badly she's playing. There's another double.
One adjustment that the players have to make is frequently the stars play the night matches, the primetime matches, is playing a final under these conditions, bright sunshine and windy. Sharapova already with 2 double faults.
In the last round against Petkovic, she double faulted 3 times in a row. That match went 3 sets. And again, that's a measure of her competitiveness. Maria is 5-0 in 3-setters in 2011.
Out of the woods yet, back to deuce. This opening game approaching 9 minutes.
3rd forehand error from Sharapova. starting to giggle at all the grunting. But the last grunt belongs to Azarenka.
Over 10 minutes.
.24 shots in that last rally.
Break point number 3. Sharapova will challenge Cotter Nooney as our chair umpire for this final.
It's gonna be, I'm gonna try, I'm just waiting for what's, but it's a bit, not that easy.
And it was out. So tough to overcome. 7 unforced errors. Mary Jo Fernandez is the 3rd member of our team today, and before the match rather, she spoke to Victoria Azarenka.
Victoria, you have great memories here. As a teenager, you won this event 2 years ago. What has this tournament in Miami been to you? Why have you played so well?
The fans, you know, they're so great here that, you know, they come to support and you feel really special and honored to play on this court.
Your last 2 matches have been incredible. You beat world number 2 and 3, Kleisters and Zvonareva back-to-back without losing a set. How much confidence does that give you going into today's final?
Well, it's already in the past. You know, today is a tough match, a tough opponent, so I'm just looking forward, you know, to try to play my best game today.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Azarenka, after the break, trying to consolidate it. Her opening service game. First point.
These two both hit better than they move, so they'll try to exploit each other's footwork. That was a nice bit of touch there from Sharapova. Normally all you get from her is power. When she won the Australian Open a couple of years ago in straight sets, she showed so much of that. And just even chipping and charging into the net, beating everybody in straight sets, including Serena Williams in the final.
It's interesting in watching Maria in these situations is, despite the fact she gets herself in trouble with unforced errors and double faults, she never really seems to let it bother her.
It's a remarkable facility she's got. If it's bothering her, she doesn't show it. And Azarenka just used to flow out of her, and she's tried very hard to be more stable, more rational and easygoing on and off the court.
We had a chance to spend a little time with Victoria yesterday. She can be, as you said, an emotional player on court. She can get down on herself at times, but she says she's just happy now, more confident, content. She said, I'm just in a good place.
I actually used to like watching her emotions until it affected her game. And I asked her, I said, look, I'm not asking you to get cranky again, but maybe a little crabby. She did promise she'd break a racket for us if she won the tournament. Which isn't really what I had in mind at all.
No, no. Sam Sumik, Victoria's coach. And Sharapova has 2 break chances, trying to get back on serve here early in the opening set of this championship. she's come right back. And before the match, Mary Jo had a chance to talk to Maria.
Maria, it's your first time back in 4 years playing this event. You're into your third final at the Sony Ericsson. How special is it to be back?
Well, it's not only great to be back, but also great to be in the finals. I had last couple of matches have been really tough, so I'm really fortunate to be here today.
You've played Victoria 4 times. Last time was in a final. What did you learn from that match where you lost that can help you today?
Yeah, well, you know, she's a really tough opponent and someone that, you know, you really have to step up and really be aggressive in order to beat her. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this final.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
She's been #1 in the world a total of 17 non-consecutive weeks, starting in August of 2005, most recently in June of 2007. This is just a huge opportunity for a confidence boost for Sharapova, but again, a double fault. Three now for Maria. Love 15. Challenge. Fourth double. CBS Hawkeye shows it was out. Barry, how much of this is technical with her service motion and how much do you think is mental?
My answer is not as good as your question. I honestly, it's hard to know anymore. I asked her about that the other day. If we were to look at her serving motion from the time she won her first major to now, and she says that when she was 17 at Wimbledon, she felt it was a very mechanical motion. Then she thought it got longer. The stroke got longer, a little bit more rhythmical when she won the U.S. Open. It was tremendous when she won the Australian Open. But obviously, look at a guy like Novak Djokovic, who's done so much to improve his serve in the last 12 months. And the thing of it is, it takes so much pressure off the rest of your game. When you're serving like that, when you know on a big point, you could pick your spots, hit your corners, serve with power. And surely, technique be damned, she's got to be struggling with that, Sharapova.
Double break point down. Followed by Azarenka. It's one break point. Straight service breaks to start the match. 2-1 opening set. We're back on this beautiful day in South Florida. Today's aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. This is one of the great events in the game for the fans here in South Florida and around the world who come here, and for the players. If you combine the ATP and the WTA, it's been voted Tournament of the Year 11 of the last 12 years. Either player has been able to hold so far in the early going. Second service game for Azarenka. Sharapova earns the first point. And Let's go down to Mary Jo Fernandez, who has some thoughts on this match so far. Mary Jo.
Hi, Bill. Maria semifinal match, she really struggled from the end of the court she's playing on now. It's not as windy as it was 2 days ago, but it's still breezy. The wind's from behind Maria, and she said after the match she was pushing and guiding, especially with the forehand, a little bit too much, and she wanted to make the correction to accelerate and hit the ball even when she was with the wind, and she's still struggling a little bit today. You have to make adjustments in the wind continuously and play a little differently when you're with and against the wind, and Maria took her whole set against Pekovic to figure it out.
Mary Jo, Maria's had 4 winners so far in the match against 14 errors. Azarenka's had 1 winner, but only 3 errors.
Well, you said it before, Mary. She's competing extremely well. I mean, we're used to the fight, the determination. I mean, the other day in her semifinal, she was down game point or break point in every game in the second set, and she won at 6-love. So
really good.
It is. It's outstanding. But still, the confidence is not there. You could just see that there's still some doubts, some hesitation, some insecurity on the court. Yes.
So our first hold. Well, it's almost time. A tradition unlike any other. Masters Live streams exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16 and featured group. For more, go to cbssports.com/masters and masters.com. (3-1). Women's Championship of the Sony Ericsson Open from Miami. (2009) was a breakout year for Victoria. She won 3 titles. She began the year with a record of 24-2. Won here in Miami, but also Stanford and in Moscow. Cater Nooney, chair umpire. I don't know if he sings, but he should. Tremendous voice.
Jumped all over that 100-mile-an-hour serve and quickly got herself into position to end that point. Nice positive body language from Azarenka too.
30-15.
Vika's serving at 75% first serves. Sharapova's 56. So she's she's going to have more looks at a second delivery.
Azarenka loves playing on a hard court. She says that her game is to be aggressive and that this surface really suits her playing style. This is where she's most at home. 30-all, 1-3 opening set. Women's Championship of the Sony Ericsson Open live here on CBS. A little bit more about Victoria Azarenka. Vika is her nickname. She had a great career in the juniors. She won the 2 junior Grand Slam titles in '05 in Australia and at the US Open. That year she was also the ITF Junior World Champion. A couple of mixed doubles Grand Slam titles as well. Break point. Sharapova still unable to hold, and it's 4-1 in the first set. Azarenka. We're back in Miami. 17 unforced errors, including 4 double faults for Maria Sharapova, who's down now 2 breaks in the first set. It's Victoria Azarenka ready to serve at 4-1. Stepped in. Azarenka thought her serve was out.
It's good, so it's good. If you want to challenge, you can challenge, Bjorn. But what is good? Azarenka on the goal on the left side.
Azarenka's only missed 2 first serves so far in this opening set. Now she's hoping that she misses this one.
Exactly.
Too bad. Too bad. It was good.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately for Victoria, her aim was true. Love 15.
Sharapova got around a little too quickly on that, so 15-all.
And again, Maria's only serving at 50%. And so she has so much pressure on herself to have big return games. And she's going big and missing. Doesn't mean she's going to lose this match, by the way. She's, as I said, she's been playing great 3-set matches in terms of fighting. Lost the first set in her last 2 rounds and was still able to come back.
And obviously stepping up the aggressive shot selection, Sharapova paid off there. Into the corner. 30-all. shot. Sharapova appeared to be in control of the point. But a brilliant winner from Azarenka.
That's a very nice movement from Azarenka to get herself back into this in time to go after an aggressive shot.
And now Sharapova has to hold for the first time in the match to stay in this opening set.
Oh, that's a nice point.
So 15 all, and both players taking a little extra moment. Shots in that last rally.
Oh boy.
And totally mistimed the drop shot.
She hasn't won a lot of those long rallies. This one she just seemed to want to end, but that didn't even get close to the net.
Not good numbers.
Keep in mind that in women's tennis at the non-majors, the regular tour matches, they're allowed to be coached once a set, and surely Sharapova is going to request that after this. But surely she has to know what's happening on her own, right?
She's seen this movie before.
Yes, she has.
All. And a set point.
Thomas Hogstead is her new coach. For so long, Yuri Sharapov, her dad, was her coach, then Michael Joyce for a long time. She's got former player Cecil Mamet as her hitting partner.
Trying to have the moral victory of holding her serve and at least make Azarenka serve for the set. game point. Azarenka just making her earn it. She's not giving Maria anything.
And another one of those long exchanges won by the better mover. Azarenka has worked hard to get better in that department. She's a little bit more flexible than Maria, in particular on the run. And Sharapova didn't win her 3 majors playing long rallies.
Deuce. Quick overrule from Paternuni, and Maria's going to challenge.
On the left baseline, the ball was called in.
CBS Hawkeye. And it was indeed in. Good overrule.
We played it.
Second set point. And she still has not been able to hold serve. 40 minutes. The opening set goes to the 21-year-old from Minsk, Victoria Azarenka.
Hogstead also reminded Sharapova, as we have a look, these are the rules, only 1%. And it's the player that has to ask. The coach can't impose, hey, honey, sit down, let me talk to you. Hogstead also said this is how you started the match against Petkovic, which is exactly right. Andrea Petkovic, the young German who's playing so well, took the first set from Maria before she recovered, mostly from her own errors.
Love. Petkovic very personable, and a lot of people think she has a bright future.
She's so bright to start with, and she's got a nice game as well.
Take a look at that. 22 unforced errors already for Maria Sharapova.
This week, Petkovic beats Wozniacki and Yankovic, 2 top 10 players.
As if she needs that. Hands up and
40,
over.
Love.
40 love. Azarenka continuing to play very well. She holds to start set number 2. Well, CBS Sports lost one of its family members as longtime boxing analyst and International Boxing Hall of Fame member Gil Clancy passed away on Thursday. Gil trained a host of big-name boxers, including George Foreman, Oscar De La Hoya, Emil Griffith, and Jerry Cooney. He became an outstanding boxing commentator, calling bouts for CBS Sports over 4 decades. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the Clancy family. Sharapova trying to figure out what she can do against Azarenka. She has only 4 double faults, so she's minimized that after a shaky start. But Maria's not beating herself. Azarenka's hitting winners. First service game of the second set for the 3-time Grand Slam champion.
Wow. That one bounced before the net. Nice.
Time she was able to execute.
You've got to gird yourself against the Sharapova power. That's why this is such a good play for Maria.
$15 love.
Tomas Hogstad, Maria's coach, told her after that first set during the on-court coaching seminar, he said, you got to get in more first serves. You just got to get them in, you know, and then see what happens from there. Azarenka's serving at almost 70%. In this set, Sharapova's at 50. You can just see how much more freely Azarenka is moving and swinging. Even though she can pop her serves into around the 110 mark, her fastest serve of the day was 98. It's just smart against a returner like Sharapova. You know, don't put that extra pressure on yourself. Another miss.
15-14.
5th double fault. Just puts so much pressure on the rest of her game. And across the net, you can just feel Azarenka's confidence building. She sees her opponent struggling. 2 more break points.
One of the great frustrations for Sharapova is that when her shoulder was first started bugging her, there were some minor tendon tears that were unseen in the first MRI, and they just got worse. So she tried to rehab it for a couple of months without surgery before having to go under and missing 6 months. So she just felt she lost so much traction and confidence. And in an effort to take pressure off of the shoulder, she's been trying to find a toss that doesn't bother her as much, you know, the extension that it doesn't put as much pressure. Oh man.
can't believe it. It was right there. The shot was not difficult. She put it into the net.
She's now made 3 times the errors as Azarenka. That was her 24th.
Again, break point. And a double fault. And now Azarenka is up a set and a break in the second. Well, later today, it's the biggest day in college hoops. VCU meets Butler and UConn battles Kentucky in the NCAA Men's Final Four. It all begins with a Final Four show live at 4 Eastern here on CBS. Kemba Walker has averaged over 26 points a game in the postseason. He's been dominating, but the Wildcats have played great defense. So a terrific matchup. 2 terrific matchups later today, all coming up. Final Four weekend here on CBS Sports. Well, that's been an effective play. Well disguised. But Azarenka has been impressive. She's not going to make it easy for Sharapova to climb back into this match. Love 15. Victoria had to go 3 sets to win her first 3 matches here in Miami, but then against the 2 and 3 players in the world, beat them both in straight sets. Clijsters in the quarterfinals and Vera Zvonareva in the semifinals, where she lost only 3 games. And that would be a pretty good run for Victoria if she were to go on and win the title here. Clijsters, Zvonareva, and Sharapova. Huge edge, as you see, in total points.
Nice. One of the few extended rallies won by Maria. Not a lot of back down to her, you know? And I think that's one of the problems why it's taken her so long, almost a little over 2 years, for Sharapova to get back into the top 10.
30 off.
Kim Clijsters left the tour, retired, had a baby, was gone for a couple of years, came back, and in the 3rd tournament back won the US Open. Justine Henin retired, was gone for a long time, came back, and got to the finals of the Australian Open. They're better athletes than Maria. You know, they can leg out wins. Maria's got a hit. She's got a hit like that. She's got to trust her strokes. You know, she can't scramble. She can't use defense and keep spitting the ball back until something good happens. She's got to strike the ball hard and early. The quintessence of big babe tennis.
Of course. deuce. Oh, Sharapova guessed right, but then put it into the net. And this is starting to get frustrating.
Again, she's not a scrambler. She can't think on her feet the way some of these others can. That's why Serena and Venus Williams, they could always come back after going months without playing, be right back in the thick of things.
Hold for Azarenka. CBS Sports coverage of the Sony Ericsson Open will continue after this message and a word from your local station. We're back in Miami. The Williams sisters aren't here this year, but they've been quite a presence in Miami over the years. Venus winning in 1998 and then again in 99 and for the third time in 2001. And then Serena took over, winning in 2002 and 2003. And then a third consecutive year, 04, and then again in 07 and 2008.
Boy, it's tough to beat Serena here. Only 4 people have done it, including Azarenka. The others, Venus, Martina Hingis, and Jennifer Capriati. So between those two, they won this 8 times. Neither of them is here, of course.
And in this year's Women's Championship, Maria Sharapova still has not been able to hold her serve. One game that she's won was a service break in Azarenka's first service game. Love 3.
Mary Jo, you spoke to Azarenka's coach.
I did. I spoke to Sam Sumik before the match, and I asked him why Azarenka is so up and down and why she was up these couple weeks. And he said the big difference has been her mindset. Her attitude has changed. She's working on controlling her emotions. He thought a big turning point was at the last tournament at Indian Wells. She was down match point to Radwanska. And normally she'd become a hothead and have a bad temper, and she stayed very cool, calm, and collected, fought off the match point, won that match. And since then, even in this tournament, she's lost a lot of first sets in the beginning of it. She's been remaining calm. And so far today, even though she's winning, you're not seeing her lose her composure with a lot of fist pumps. And when you watch these two, Mary, I mean, everything's very similar, from their grunt to their ground strokes, how they play. They want to have that first strike tennis, but the difference over the years has been the attitude of a champion of Sharapova, and we're starting to see it from Azarenka.
They are in many ways an echo of each other.
Nice touch from Azarenka there, returning the favor. Sharapova's won a couple of points off drop shots. So we talked about the noise level. I'm not sure that this would stand up to scientific scrutiny, but they are loud.
Just to make it clear, we made up those numbers, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. The great champion Monica Seles inspired British tabloid journalism to go crazy over her grunting. One Wimbledon in particular, when a bunch of the players complained about it. 135? Okay.
Is it still April Fool's Day? .40-30.
Was it wide?
It was out.
All that hard work.
And she was so close to an easy service game and a first hold. But again, it had opportunities but could not put it away. Finally sails that wide.
Missed that one.
Sharapova trying the goal on the left baseline. The ball was called out.
She's going to challenge, but Katanuni was right there with the call that the ball was out, and you can see by a wide margin her CBS Hawkeye. And another break point facing Maria Sharapova. Time Sharapova took a little bit off the shot to find the corner, and it paid off. Deuce.
Azarenka usually returns right back at the feet of Sharapova. That one she caught, I think, just a little bit late, just off her hip.
I think she thought it might have been long.
Yeah.
Gave it a little extra eye, but did not challenge. Looked like it just caught the line. Game point for Sharapova. Looking for her first hold. And that was outside the doubles out. So many times, Mary, we see players, they go through patches like this, they just lose it emotionally. They just cannot, they can't self-regulate on the court. They can't fix it, and they just get frustrated. You can tell Sharapova still, even though it's really tough now. Here in the second set, she's still trying to work through it.
And because she always takes herself so seriously and gives herself a good chance, her opponents have to as well. Boy, that is very pretty. Again, right, that big return right at her feet. And Maria not really getting out of the way of those huge returns quite enough time. She's just reacting to those returns.
Azarenka with 11 winners, just 9 errors in the match. Maria, 11 winners, 30 unforced errors. Katanuni indicating is about an inch out.
Azarenka turned the goal on the right near the line. The ball was called
challenge
out.
Anyway. It's been pretty on the money so far.
Yeah, this one was wide too. It's harder for the players when the shot they're contesting is on the other side of the net. So they wander up there, they take their time. Sometimes they take way too much time.
Azarenka is 2 challenges remaining.
If the ball was on the other side of the court. Azarenka's thinking about that one.
And once again, Azarenka just not letting Maria get off the canvas. Keeping the pressure on. Not surrendering an inch. She was broken in her opening service game of the match and has won every game other than that. Back to deuce. Deuce number 5. Just clipped the net cord and brings up another break chance. Apologizing. Again, the third time, and that gives Azarenka a 4-love lead here in the second set. She's 2 games away from the championship. Hour and 10 minutes into the match, and Maria Sharapova still has not held her serve. CBS Hawkeye shows that it was just wide. Maria did a nice job fighting that off, but again, Azarenka able to pounce. Terrific shot for the winner. .30-15.
Many of you know the famous story of Maria moving with her dad from Russia to Florida to the Bollettieri Tennis Academy when she was only 7 years old. Azarenka has a nice story that way as well. Born in Minsk in Belarus, Nikolai Khabibuyan, the Russian goalie, the first Russian to win the goalie to win the Stanley Cup. They were from the same part of Russia. He had a kid, Sasha, who was a tennis player. And young Victoria was a good player who wasn't finding enough good training. Moved to Marbella, Spain for a while. Wasn't crazy about that. And Khabibuyan said, look, come to the U.S., come where I am, and I'll spot you the dough, get you some coaching. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. If it does work out, you can pay me back. I guess he's been paid back. Amazing story, huh?
And now
Hobby Booyan believed in her, and she moved out to Arizona.
Told us yesterday she's actually spending more time back in her hometown of Minsk now.
Nice.
Boy, that was terrific. She'll need a lot more of that. Azarenka made her hit a couple of good shots to win the point. That's what she's done throughout the match. Chance to get one of the breaks back. Serve that surprised Maria out wide and earns her the point. 94 miles an hour.
Over 70% in per serves.
Deuce. Is that what you expect to see? Maria just swinging away now?
Oh, yeah.
Taking a ton of chances.
She can't really temper her game. But, I mean, you know, she can certainly get in more serves and, you know, obviously try to find the court and not play so close to the lines. But she's got to swing big.
Get a second serve here on break point.
There it is. We got a break from Maria.
She still has to hold, something she's failed to do the entire match. Beautiful day in South Florida, and today's aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. Back at the Women's Championship of the Sony Ericsson Open here on CBS. Sharapova set to serve. Both games she's won have come on service breaks. Must hold here. Love.
15 love.
She's still playing Sharapova like she thinks she can win this match.
Yeah.
And again, listening to Thomas Hogstead, he pretty much promised Maria that Azarenka would be getting tight towards the end of it.
And that time she was able to execute the cross-court winner. 30 love.
This thing really lifted. This gave Azarenka time to get to the ball, but she still had to just barely make contact. She didn't get a good jump on that thing, even though it floated. Here's where the shrieks get louder from both sides.
Again, tremendous shot making from Azarenka. 17 winners now against 15 errors. 30-15. Azarenka thinks about challenging but doesn't.
40-15.
40-15 advantage for Sharapova. Well, this would be a huge relief. The second serve is very deep, and then she sails the shot long. Tightens up a little bit. 40-30.
Her serving, Maria's, doesn't have a lot of margin of error. I mean, she goes pretty hard on both first and second. She can't really bend it in. And she likes it pretty big and pretty flat. Even on the second serve, she'll take off some, but it's still flat. And that's a pretty high-risk second serve to own when you're having problems.
Azarenka's going to challenge. But the server's out. And the return was indeed out. So Sharapova finally holds 4-2. Well, for these CIA agents, danger is their business, and business is booming. Don't miss the new series, Chaos, Friday, only on CBS, America's most watched network. So you hear the crowd. They're trying to encourage Maria. They'd love to see a third set here. Azarenka serves 4-2. Already up a set here in the Women's Championship.
A little more life in the legs of Sharapova now. A break and a hold, and she seems energized.
$15 all.
Hogstead told Sharapova. He told her she's serving into your body. Get out of the way of it. And she's not quite getting that one done.
30-15.
Azarenka likes to aim at you on serve and return. Now it's Sharapova who's winning some of these longer rallies.
$30 all. Look around the stadium court here in Miami, the tennis center at Crandon Park. Record attendance over these first 9 days. The men's championship will be tomorrow, and of course you can see that right here on CBS. Victoria Azarenka, former champion here 2 years ago against Maria Sharapova in the final for the 3rd time, twice a runner-up. It's been a dominant performance so far from Victoria Azarenka, the 21-year-old from Minsk, 40-30. Two here in the second. Big day here on CBS Sports Final Four weekend. Deuce.
She's missed a couple of returns this game, Sharapova. You've got to get your return at this stage in the match when you're looking to break again. And that one was a beauty. Again, if you're trying to allow Azarenka to feel the pressure, get the ball back to her, first and foremost. Give her a chance to get tight. Oh, that's really nice.
Really, Azarenka, such an emotional player typically on court, but she's really kept those emotions in check today.
She sure has. These two were both centering the ball for a while until something short came Azarenka's way, and she found that nice angle.
Point for 5-2. Sharapova able to step in. Wants to return for a winner and deuce 2.
Remember, Azarenka's serve in the first set was about 80%. Now it's dropping down below 70. And Sharapova is taking advantage.
Oh, that time she finally gets a net cord that goes her way. And I'm not sure she meant that apology. Gives her a break point. The crowd murmurs, sensing a small crack in the door.
Deuce.
Third deuce. Didn't miss by much.
This reminds me of what Andrea Petkovic said about Maria Sharapova after she lost her the other day in 3 sets. She said that Maria senses weaknesses in her opponents and goes for her shots when it counts.
Another break point. Key time in the match right here. Steps in again, and there's another break. She's gotten back on serve here in set number 2. But remember, if you're just joining us, Maria has held her serve just once in this match. Love 15. Azarenka won the opening set 6-1. And a 2-break lead here in the second. Sharapova able to hold and come back. Butch Buchholz, who has been the driving force there on the right behind the Sony Ericsson Open over the years. He retired last year. One of the great gentlemen in the game. Butch was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame back in 2005. Sitting there, by the way, with Tim Phillips from the All England Club. $15 all. Precise shot making from Maria, and that gives her the point. And they're all big now. (30-15). CBS Hawkeye right center of the line. Crowd here wants to see a third set, and they are living and dying with every shot that Maria hits. Packed house once again. 14,000 the capacity here in this stadium court.
It'll be a tough seat tomorrow for the men's final. Djokovic, Nadal. No one's beaten Djokovic all year. Nadal really beat up on Roger Federer last night in the semis.
23 straight wins this year for Novak Djokovic. He has been dominant. And that totally got away from Sharapova. The shoulders slumped. She looks discouraged. It's been a tough fight. Break point. Again, double faults the game away. So Victoria Azarenka is now a game away. And discussing this earlier, what a showdown for the men's championship here in Miami. Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, the #1 player in the world, against the hottest player in the men's game. That will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, live from Miami here on CBS. So Azarenka serving for the championship now. That's what Azarenka has forced her to do, hit tremendous shots just to win points. (39 unforced errors, 20 winners now for Maria. 18 winners, 6 errors for Azarenka. just caught the line. Azarenka looked up at the chair. Katanuni just shook his head. It was good. 15-30. Championship point now for Victoria Azarenka. She has handled this moment beautifully. Sharapova continues to fight. Not a lot has gone right for Maria today, but she has refused to wilt. Deuce. Another championship point.
That's just so, you just gotta love that.
Yeah,
huh?
I got nothing to lose.
It takes a lot to convince Sharapova she's not going to win a match.
And a break point with Azarenka serving for the championship. And a double fault from Azarenka. Sharapova stays alive.
You got to assume at this point Azarenka isn't too sure. She really has matured an awful lot. This is a different kind of player from the one who won this 2 years ago. I mean, there she was all emotion and showing every bit of it, of what she was feeling out on the court, hitting great shots, no pressure. Now she's ranked higher than Maria. And she's played better than Sharapova this whole tournament. Pretty much the whole tournament. Last few rounds, certainly. Sharapova has been chipping into this second set, step by step, just as her coach told her to. That's got to be giving Thomas Hochstedt a bit of a headache.
15 all. .42 unforced errors. Again, these errors are not close. A wild miss, and she's in a hole at 15-30. Azarenka 2 points away. An effective serve, but again, she's not pulling back with these serves. .30 all. Big point here. Azarenka immediately indicating it was out. Again, perfect position for Azarenka. She was right there. Now there's a fist pump toward her player's box. Third championship point. An hour and 46 minutes. And for the second time here in Miami, Victoria Azarenka is the women's champion. Emotions that have been so much a part of her game held in check until the very end. And we'll be back with the trophy presentation after this. Victoria Azarenka in straight sets over Maria Sharapova, 6-1 and 6-4. And for the second time, she's the women's champion here in Miami. And today's aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. And now let's take a look at our Lint shot of the day. And it comes from Victoria Azarenka at 4-1 in the opening set. And she played with poise and precision today in winning this big championship here in Miami. Victoria Azarenka with our Lint shot of the day. Beautiful beaches here in South Florida, and we'll be back with the trophy presentation right after this. Big day here in South Florida for the 21-year-old from Minsk, Victoria Azarenka, who will equal her career high now of #6 in the world by virtue of winning the title today. And now we're ready for our award ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to Stadium Court for our championship award ceremony. Please welcome tournament ambassador and tennis great, Miami's very own Mary Jo Fernandez.
Thank you very much. It's been a couple great weeks of tennis on the women's side. How about another round of applause for Maria and Victoria today in the final, everyone? Let's try that again. Can everybody hear me? I'm gonna get another mic. Is that better? Okay. It's been a great couple weeks for the ladies tournament, everyone. How about another round of applause for Maria and Victoria? At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the tournament director of the Sony Ericsson Open, Mr. Adam Barrett. Adam?
Thank you, Mary Jo. I know you all agree that Maria and Victoria have put on quite a show for the fans here in Miami over the last 2 weeks. I want to give a special thanks to our incredible title sponsor, Sony Ericsson. I am thrilled to announce that Sony Ericsson has renewed their title sponsorship to 2014. Together, we will continue to raise the bar so millions can enjoy the sport of tennis in this great event. The beautiful park that we call home during the tournament is a testament to the hard work and dedication of Miami-Dade County, its Board of County Commissioners, and the Director of Parks and Recreation, Jack Hardis, Alina Hodak, and Joe Martinez. To our worldwide media, the WTA, our volunteers, ball kids, and of course our great sponsors, thank you for your commitment to making the Sony Ericsson what it is today. A big thank you to the tournament staff. You're the best team in tennis. Finally, to you, our fans. You come from all over the world to make this the most energetic and most fun event in all of tennis. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. And now I'd like to call up Christian Tier, Executive Vice President, Global Sales and Marketing of Sony Ericsson, to help with the trophy presentation.
Thank you. At Sony Ericsson, we're very, very proud to be the sponsor of Sony Ericsson Open in Miami and the WTA. Miami is a fantastic location for such an event. We have enjoyed 2 weeks with really good customer meetings and showed our new products. We would like to thank all the players, obviously all the organization, and most of all the fans who has made this event possible. Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our finalist, Maria Sharapova. Maria, congratulations on a fantastic tournament. As usual, you fought your heart out to the end. Even though it wasn't the outcome you wanted, you're back in the top 10. So how rewarding has these couple weeks been for you?
Well, it's obviously great to be here on the final stage, and although I wanted to win this tournament and being in the finals a couple times before, it's obviously frustrating. But congratulations to Victoria. She was definitely the better player today, and she's had a great tournament here.
Thank you, Maria. Christian will present you with your trophy. And now let's bring up our champion, Victoria Azarenka. Congratulations, Victoria. What an amazing tournament, outstanding performance today. What was going through your mind? I mean, everything seemed to be going your way, and then it got a little close there at the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, I played really well first set, and, you know, Maria is such a great fighter. I know she's going to fight to the end, so she came up with a great tennis, you know, in the end. So I had to hang in there, and that's what paid off. You know.
You're back to 6th in the world. This is your 6th tournament victory, 2 Sony Ericsson Opens. Why has this tournament been so special for you?
I don't know. I mean, I just would like to thank, all the sponsors, especially Sony Ericsson, not only to be a sponsor of our tour, but also to be a sponsor of this tournament. And, I want to thank my team, JP, Sam, Scott, who's not with me here, but, thanks to him and all of you guys for coming and supporting you. You're amazing. That's why I play so good here. Thank you so much.
Well done. And now Christian will present Victoria with the beautiful Butch Buchholz Championship Trophy by Tipperary Crystal. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2011 Sony Ericsson Open champion, Victoria Azarenka.
Well, Kim Clijsters, Vera Zvonareva, and now Maria Sharapova, all in straight sets. An impressive performance in winning the title for a second time from Victoria Azarenka. We'll be back to talk with her shortly as CBS Sports coverage of the Sony Ericsson Open continues after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports Spectacular presents the Sony Ericsson Open, sponsored by Xperia Play, the smartphone with everything you need and the one thing you want from Sony Ericsson. Lindt Lindor Truffles. And by Rolex, a crown for every achievement.
Tuesday, new case, new killer, new boss. Mark Harmon stars in a new episode of TV's #1 drama, NCIS, Tuesday only on CBS, America's most watched network. Well, Victoria Azarenka is the women's champion here in Miami. She was broken in her first service game, but started rolling after that, winning the first set 6-1 against Maria Sharapova. Got up 2 breaks in the second. Maria was able to come back just a little bit, but 6-1, 6-4 straight sets for Victoria Azarenka, and she's down with Mary Jo Fernandez. Mary Jo?
Thanks, Bill. Victoria, this week you've talked a lot about how much more mentally stable you are on the court. How important was that today as Maria was starting to make a little bit of a comeback in the second set?
That was the most important thing, I think it was way more important than hitting any shots, It was just have to hang in there because she came out with a brilliant game, She was going for her winners, and I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. She was just playing really good, so I just had to hang in there and, and try to play aggressive and keep up with my game.
So you beat Clijsters in straight sets, Zvonareva straight sets, now a former #1 in Sharapova in straight sets. What does this do for you going forward, for your sense of confidence leading into now the clay court season?
Everybody's talking about, you beat these players and you have this confidence. I think you take it 1 week at a time. You got to have fun on the court. You got to enjoy yourself on the court, and that's the most what brings you confidence.
How are you going to celebrate this big victory, your second Sony Ericsson Open?
Well, I am 21 right now, so, maybe I can go out finally. No, I'm kidding. I'm just going to celebrate it with my team, and can't wait that.
And you said earlier, right before we did the interview, you haven't broken anything and no rackets in a long while. Is that a little strange?
I know. I have to break something. I promised, I'm going to do something in the locker room and bring it to the next interview.
All right, Victoria, congratulations on an outstanding tournament and outstanding final performance.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Bill.
She remembered her promise.
That's right. She did promise you that. Well, she kept those emotions in check, and that helped her earn the title here in Miami for a second time.